Welcome to Empower Her Radio, the podcast for healthcare moms who want to break free from limiting beliefs, build unshakable confidence, and step into the truest expression of themselves, both personally and professionally. I'm your host, Corey Wynn. I'm a wife, a mom, a doctor of physical therapy, and a peak performance strategist. Working with highly motivated women to transform their lives and inspire those around them is what truly lights my soul on fire. Each episode, whether it's a solo session filled with actionable strategies or an inspiring interview with a woman who has overcome significant obstacles, is designed to leave you feeling worthy and confident in the value you have to offer everyone around you. I hope you walk away empowered and ready to take that next step to lead your life on purpose. Now, let's dive into today's show. Hey guys, I wanted to pop in real quick with a special offer today. Everything that I do here at Empower Her Radio and in my private coaching practice, Elevate and Empower, is to empower and equip women, specifically moms, with everything that they could possibly need to live their dream life. So I want to give you my dream life blueprint today that can help you get started with that. Just head to corywin.com/dreamlifeblueprint and you can find that in the show notes. All right, now back to today's show. Hello, everyone. I wanted to come on the show today and just be incredibly authentic. I'm sure at times a little bit vulnerable, but for those of you who aren't joining on YouTube, I have a little bit of mascara on, some chapstick. I have a really comfortable, warm hoodie dress on that I got from Title IX actually a couple of years ago because the temperatures here in Colorado are getting ready to plummet and there's lots of snow coming. And I have my Starbucks peppermint mocha that I absolutely love. The reason that I'm telling you all of this is because I want to be real with you today. I want to be authentic. I want to know that what I'm going to be talking about is resonating with my audience. And I have been told throughout my life that, oh, she has it all together. She's perfect. I can't ask her questions. Like, what would she do? And I not only want to have this podcast to empower women to be the badasses that they are, that you are, that I am, and I don't typically curse on air, but we are worth and we are so incredibly valuable to ourselves, to our close family units, and to the world. And we can also compare ourselves to other people and think, oh, well, I can't do that because she has it all together. I can't do a podcast because, oh my gosh, I don't have it all together. Sometimes it's just about showing up as who you are because the people who need you in their lives are going to stay. Some people may step aside, but I wanted to just be real today. Real with some challenges that I've faced in my life, real with some areas of growth that I find myself in, and just let you know that we're all human. I'm not perfect, although I strived to be for a very long time. So, what I really wanted to talk about today and bring to light as an area of growth in my life is just being able to be still, to not overcommit, to not overschedule our calendars, to not have our phones and social and email and work and everything going all the time. Being able to be still. And if you're anything like me, that's a very large area of growth. I have worked with an incredible business coach for a year now, and it makes me chuckle every time I think about it because very lovingly, she will say, Corey, I just need you to relax. I just need you to slow down. And how I grew up and how I've been programmed for a lot of my former life is that being productive means pushing and grinding and going and multitasking and saying yes to all the things, having no white space in my calendar, overcommitting, and then totally falling out and either sick or exhausted or just completely burned out. And this has been a huge area of growth in my life in the last year. And it's something that I still to this day see as an area for further growth. You know, meditation is one of the things that I have found most difficult to embrace in my life. You know, I grew up with faith. Many of you may also feel the same way, that you grew up with a spiritual connection or faith or God or source, whatever you identify with is perfect. And I also had to do it. I had to be in control. I had to be the one to do all the things, because if I didn't, who would? Now, there are things in your life that you must do, but there's also such an important part of life where you get divine downloads, where you come up with new ideas, where connections with people happen, that if you weren't sitting still in the shower, in the car, don't you know that all of those perfect ideas are finally when your brain is not focusing on 12 things? And it has taken and still takes effort for me to step back. I have had a life of going and doing and pushing, and had the belief system that I was not being productive if I wasn't doing something, whether that was writing notes, content for podcasts, reaching out to people, talking with clients, anything and everything to push and grind the needle forward, wherever that was, whether that was in physical therapy, whether that's in my coaching practice, whether that's with the foundation that I'm just starting to establish. But I find myself having this daily reminder of be still. Be still. Now, some of you may think, be still and know that I am God. Again, if that's how you focus spiritually, that's great. If that's not how you were raised, or that's not how you identify, that's also great too. I'm here to help you recognize the spirit within yourself, the knowing within yourself, that if you can let go of the going and the full calendar and no white space and saying yes to everything, and you can sit in the quiet and allow the divine downloads to come through you, that's where you will quantum leap. That's where that $1 million idea comes from. That's where those dreams start to creep back in that maybe you forgot about. Maybe you haven't thought about in years because you've been so busy. You've been so overwhelmed. Many of you, if you followed me for any amount of time, know that I don't have time for overwhelm. And when I first heard that from my mentor, I thought, well, clearly she doesn't know what life is like. Clearly she has no idea how busy I am. And, I'm not going to really go down the path of managing my life or managing my time today, because that's for another episode. But making the decision that you are not going to allow yourself to become overwhelmed comes from a space of self-care, comes from a space of taking time to be still without social, without email, without phone calls or clients or kid things or spouse things or appointments or whatever, that you have taken time to be quiet with your own thoughts. And as a mom, you might be thinking, Yeah, right. I can be quiet with my own thoughts finally in bed at night when I'm trying to go to sleep. And then my thoughts won't stop. I hear you. I've been there too. I actually woke up night before last at 2 a.m. It was I was meant to be awake at that time. I wasn't going to go back to sleep. And that will happen. You know, turning to meditation and stillness doesn't come naturally for many of us. It is a learned practice that requires just that. It requires practice on a daily basis. And full disclosure, this has been the area that I have been so resistant to my entire life, but even in this huge personal growth journey, because of the belief that I still held that me being still was not productive. Me in meditation or in with my own thoughts and journaling and focusing on my own divine downloads were not productive. That being productive meant that I had to be doing something. So let's first release that belief. I'm releasing it. You can release that too. Being productive can be you taking care of yourself and allowing the quantum leaps to come. Being still is allowing yourself to not be in control. If you're a recovering perfectionist, you are most likely somebody who also likes to be in control of everything. And if you are gripping like this on everything, money, people, ideas, things, think about that. Your hands aren't open to receive, whether that be receive financially, whether that be receive relationally, new clients coming in, but just allowing your body and your energy that surrounds you to be calm. That type of energy, that vibration, that attracts the dream clients. That attracts the new ideas that have been swirling around in there that you just couldn't quite catch. And surrounding yourself with other people who also encourage those boundaries, that time to be still, that time to reflect. You know, earlier in my life, I thought I had to know it all. I thought I had to do it all, that I couldn't ask questions. I couldn't ask or receive help because what would people say? Many of you have heard that from me already. You know that that is my past story, my old personality. And what I found is, for one, you cannot control everything. You're not in control. And allowing yourself to let that go is a level of peace that you may have never experienced before. There's an anxiety that comes with attempting to let go. But when you can, the peace and the calm that comes beyond that is what allows your body to heal, to reflect, to grow. So if you can hear me for anything in this episode today, take time for yourself to be still. Take time for yourself to meditate. I've spoken about my morning routine and how important it is, and I will drop that in the show notes today so you have the full routine. But the meditation piece is the most important. It's the time for you to be you in the quiet with your thoughts, which for many of you might think, okay, that's incredibly scary. I don't want to be alone with my thoughts. I don't like my thoughts. I don't want to deal with those things. Start peeling back the onion. Start opening the box a little at the time. Start allowing yourself to sit with those thoughts, because you never know what the possibilities are until you stop doing all the things. And if you look at your life right now and you're thinking, I'm not really where I want to be. I'm not where I want to be relationally. I'm not where I want to be in my job. I'm not where I want to be as a mom or a spouse. For one, give yourself some grace. We don't have to be perfect. but allowing yourself that reflection of, hey, I'm not happy or I'm not as fulfilled as I would like to be in this or that area. Let me sit back and reflect on what I can take ownership of, what maybe I can do differently. And the biggest thing, and I'm sure all of you have heard this before, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different outcome. And that was probably also the hardest thing that I had to let go of this idea of, well, I've been doing these tasks. Well, I must just have to do more, or I must just have to work harder. I must just have to be awake, and burn the candle at both ends. I mean, we've heard it all about life and about how things go and how success is. That's not true. I want you to let go of that right now, today. Did I think 3 years ago that I would be launching a nonprofit? Absolutely not. That idea was always way too big. I couldn't do that. Who am I to do that? You are capable, you are worthy, and allowing yourself to be still and sit back with those thoughts, that's where those dreams come from. That's where those ideas come from. So I encourage you today to start with 2 minutes. You can look on Google, you can look on YouTube, you can search all sorts of meditations for any length of time. Start at a place where you're going to be successful and consistent. If you scroll social media for 2 minutes at all during the day, which I would expect most of us do, you have 2 minutes to put your phone down and find a meditation. And you will find that it does get easier. At first, your mind will just continue to go and continue to go and continue to go. And you may, for a little while, get back up or stand back up or or sit back up if you are lying down and think, well, I'm no better off than I was when I started because my mind is still racing. It will get better. Hear me on that. Trust me on that. And allow yourself to continue. Allow yourself to focus on your breathing. Allow yourself to listen to the meditation and just continue to bring your thoughts back to whatever the meditation is saying. Once you're able to do that, it will be longer. I have a meditation that I'm working on right now that's actually an hour long. Let me just tell you, that is not happening right now. But I will sit for 15 or 20 minutes and listen and participate, and it gets easier each and every day. So, like I said, I'm going to drop my morning ritual information in the show notes. Be sure to download that and be part of our community and be part of our Empower Your Week Insider. I'll put that in there as well. And schedule time for yourself to do this every day. For years, I thought, oh, I've got to get up really early. I've got to get up really early. I've got to get up really early. That is not a place where I am in my life right now. Getting up earlier is not where I want to be. With that said, I still make time for this. Sometimes it's after I drop my daughter off at school. Sometimes it's while my husband's in the shower and it's not quite time for me to get up yet. If I have woken up, I will do it then. But it is important, and you are worthy of making that time for yourself. So if you've heard anything from me today, take 2 minutes, start today to be still. You will survive. At first, I didn't think I will never be able to do this. I will never be able to sit still. Yes, you can. Yes, you will. And you will be so much better off after that. Have a great day, guys. See you next time. Thank you for tuning in to today's show. If this episode resonated with you, I would truly appreciate a 5-star review. Your feedback is so important to me. Additionally, if today's topics have sparked a desire for more in your life and you're unsure about the next step, I have a special offer for you. I'm offering a free call to explore how my high level coaching and strategizing can help you gain clarity on your goals, prioritize what is most important to you, and refocus on yourself in the process. Simply head over to coreyWynn.com/free call. That's www.coreyWynn.com/free call. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.